Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. Big up to every single person locked in. Please like, please subscribe, all of that good stuff. We are here and we're here to talk about the English Premier League, ladies and gentlemen. Not even necessarily anything that happened today per se. Just kind of addressing the overall stuff, just kind of talking, having general conversations if you would like. So big up to every single one of you guys. Hit the like button on your way in. Subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. We are officially 100 subscribers away from the big 50K, ladies and gentlemen. So big up to all of you guys. Joining me first and foremost, his club shit. Buys here because we love him. And I think he's the only one on this whole panel that's been doing this longer than I have. Man, like Andrew's in the building. Hi, Andrew. You're on mute. Experienced streamer. Been doing this 4 years. Well done.
Sorry, rookie mistake there.
I used experience as your introduction and you come on mute. Can you imagine how mad that is?
I'm unpredictable, that's why. You can't, I'm unpredictable.
Yeah, it's like Chelsea. You were second, now seventh.
Hey, it's exactly where I thought we'd be. So it's all
Hi,
good.
brother. Are you good?
I did. That's why no one could cook. That's why no one could cook me. No one could cook me this season. I said we'd be exactly where we are, and we are. But big up to the chat. Big up to you, Sam. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't, share it. Good things talking tonight. But let's do this.
Speaking of good things, the reason why we're late because he's a celebrity now. You get me? He's busy hanging out with Kevin De Bruyne, with Haaland, just hanging out with all the celebrities in Manchester. He knows the guys from Oasis as well. He's definitely hanging out with them. He gets me. And he's here, not in his Bugatti today, actually, just behind the camera. Man, like Martin is in the building. Hi, Martin.
Evening. Sorry, I was on the phone to Pep. I was having a chat about the summer. Just signed out a couple of deals.
Is it going to be a FIFA summer or not?
Don't even ask. Listen, Morgan Gibbs White is banned because that name has triggered 90% of the fan base.
I don't even know why you're going in for Gibbs White. I actually think he's slightly overrated. I don't even lie.
Not worth 100 mil, but he's quality player.
Yeah, but I think some of these teams are actually just taking the piss with the price tags they're asking. I'll be honest with you.
It's his fault up there. It's his club's bleeding fault. Spending $3 billion on crap.
No, it's Forest paid 44 million for this guy, and they're not going to sell him for.
Right. You spent 60 million on a winger to loan him back to Sporting for 15 years.
Hey, we pre-order transfers now. I've just realised we're pre-ordering.
Well, that's what you do with hotels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big up. Smash the like on your way in, by the way.
Big up to you guys. Joining us next, you guys have seen him on the title race videos. Always a great representative of Arsenal Football Club. He told me that they're going to lose to Real Madrid, so that's an L for him, but he's here anyway. I absolutely love working with him, genuinely. He reached out to me on Snapchat, and ever since then, I've been trying to get him on the channel as many times as possible because I actually love the way he speaks about his club and everything. So, man, like Max is in the building. Hi, Max.
Yes, man. Hello, people. Don't forget to like, share, and he's close to 50K, 100 away, so make sure you get him there today. We want him there by the end of the stream, man.
Let's go.
Man.
Let's go.
Big up to everyone.
Big up to you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, my guy. Joining us next, you guys have seen him on the Patrick video. He was here. He was here actually for a big part of that stream as well. You guys have seen him on the football terrace. Always representing Chelsea Football Club on the panels and stuff. And Chelsea are so shit. We had to get two people to talk about how shit Chelsea are. So, man, like Elijah's in the building. Hi, Elijah.
Yo, Hussam. Thank you so much for having me on. And yeah, make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. And like you said, he's almost to 50K. So let's hope we can get that, that number tonight. So all of you guys, make sure you subscribe and hit the like button.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Elijah. And finally, last but not least, I see him raising havoc on Sarcasm City TV, raising havoc on Sky's channel as well. So I was like, yo, it's time to bring him on this channel. And I told him in the comment section, I need to bring you on my channel. I did say it, you get me? And here I am. a week later. You get me? Joining us on the channel is one of the troublemakers in the Arsenal fan base. I actually think he's quite a bit of a troublemaker because he was raging a week. Just I think 2 days before the game against Madrid, he was absolutely raging. And I walk in 2 days later and he's smiling on all the streams. I'm like, yo, one result could really change a human being's life, eh? Anyway, man, like Don C is in the building. How do you Don
Hello,
C?
big up, big up. First and foremost, Hassan, thank you for having me on your channel. People like and subscribe and make sure you get Hassan to 50 because he's a gentleman, let's just say. Unfortunately, he's a Liverpool supporter, but hey, someone's got to support Liverpool. But thank you.
Appreciate you. No worries. Big up to you. And guys, all these guys' channels in the description. Go give them all a subscribe, please. Don, you don't have a channel, right?
No, I don't have a channel, not yet, no.
Yeah, not yet.
It will come soon.
Yeah, come soon in the summer. Let's go. You got the setup ready, microphone and everything. So you're ready. Big up to you, Don. Listen, big up to all of you guys locked in. We've already have 250 people locked in. We haven't started the stream yet. So please do like the video on your way in. Do subscribe to the channel if you are yet to do so. Everyone, please, right here, right now, hit the like button and subscribe. Also, all these guys' channels are in the description. So please do go give them a subscribe. Obviously, Elijah Talks Football in the description. Please go give him a subscribe. Propaganda Machine in the description. Give him a subscribe. And then Kunyan Way in the description. Give him a subscribe. And Andrew, he's kind of like the whole of YouTube. So you find him everywhere. But you're going to find him on Casual FC mostly. So go subscribe to Casual FC. You get me? So, yes. Big up to you, my guy. Don't act shocked like I've never insulted you before. I've called you way worse things. Why are you acting so shocked? Like, oh my god, he said something so bad about me.
Yeah, we'll just see later when you need someone to run the show when you go away for 2 minutes later. Yeah.
Oh, there you are, guys. Andrew's the best Chelsea content creator on YouTube.
Yeah, he's silent for 2 minutes. That's all.
He's the best one. He's the best one. Anyway, speaking of Chelsea, that's the one place to start. We have to start with Chelsea, but not just Chelsea and the top 4 race. So there is a game of football today that had some form of significance, and that's Manchester City against Everton. So we start off with that. So the first section is going to be like City/Chelsea/top 4 race, just kind of talking about the whole top 4 situation. Martin, your team played today. Talk to me, brother. What did you make of the game? What do you think of your top 4 chances, etc.?
The game was as very much as I thought it would go. Thought Everton would make it really awkward. Same old City for the first 60 minutes. Sideways, backwards, bit slow. Story of our season. But no, I think the Tarkowski injury actually helped us. Everton are obviously they're a real stubborn team since Moyes has gone in. They've gone back to that real. Do you remember Everton like 10 years ago when they were really one of them? It was that ground you just did not want to go to.
I do.
Arsenal have been there and got a draw. You've been there and got a draw. And City have come away in our worst season probably the last 10 years. And we've actually got a W, which is actually a bit weird at the minute for us. But Pep actually made the correct subs. The young lad, Nico Riley, at left back. Pep's like for converting midfielders into fullbacks or fullbacks into midfielders. He likes to do that. And he seems we've found a bit of a gem out the academy, which is really good. Proved me wrong. I was one who said, we didn't. I didn't think he was ready, which proved me wrong. Got a big up Mateus Nunes today. Thought he was really good at right back again. And then a midfielder who's rocked into fullback, and then Kovacic. I think Kovacic is a very underrated player within the Premier League. When you actually look back and look at the guy's career and the medals he's got and the clubs he's played for. He's actually a very
actually, thank you for saying that as a City fan, because so many City fans scapegoat him, and I don't even think he's that bad. I don't even think he's that bad, to be honest with you.
It depends what you want in Kovacic for, because the thing is, I don't do this revisionism, recency bias stuff. Kovacic for the first, because City actually didn't lose a game till November. We were flying for the first, and no one was moaning about the.
He was in the team of the season in so many videos, by the way.
Nobody was moaning about Rodri up until November time, and it was Kovacic was getting man of the match after man of the match, and then he got a bit of a slight injury. Our defense fell apart, and that's where the season fell apart. But for me, Kovacic for 25 million quid, I think he's been a phenomenal player. But I'm really happy with today. That's our 5th game unbeaten. I think our 3rd or 4th clean sheet out of the last 5. Since he's moved Gavardio and Diaz into that partnership, it's like a rock. They're just one thing I will say, yeah, we're not pleasing on the eye at the minute. But when you're in this sort of a situation, for me, I couldn't care less about performances. This is about getting the W and getting out of town. We can sort what we need to sort out in the summer. Getting this top 5. I mean, personally, I actually will finish 3rd. I think we'll finish 3rd in the end and we'll win the FA Cup. I actually think we'll win all our games moving forward. Tuesday night's the big one. Tuesday night is the big one. If we can beat Villa, because funnily enough, I think the Villa game win
that's
today,
a very important game.
That helps us because it means Newcastle don't push away because they were on a magnificent run. So yes, Villa won and closed the gap, but we can make that gap bigger on Tuesday night at the Etihad. So it's all in our hands, and you can't ask for more than 5 games to go. It's in your own hands. Can't ask for more than that.
I do think the fact that others are playing each other and stuff
Majorly helps.
It helps the fact that City are, because Newcastle play Chelsea, Villa just played Newcastle today. I think Villa play Forest as well.
Chelsea
Forest have
play
got
Forest.
to. Actually, the last game of Andrew's season is Forest away. So
Forest are in free fall at the minute.
They got Spurs Monday night away. They got Spurs
Yep.
Monday. And they got, because remember they got I think it's the Cup semi-final next weekend. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that right next weekend?
Well, that's
yeah,
what City do.
Yeah, they
I
are.
think it is
They
next
can't-
weekend, isn't it?
You're not
Yeah,
seeing
they
what
got
City's
City.
done. City have unsettled Forest. We've stuck a little rumour out about MGW, unsettle their best player. And
Ever since Wolfie started running his mouth, look.
kind of like Wolfie will definitely have a lot to pay if they don't make top 4. Like he is gonna get destroyed on this platform.
You're going to have to get a mid-table panel going. Something I don't know to get one for you.
Speaking of destroyed on the platform, just in relation to the top 4 race, we've got 2 Chelsea fans here. And listen, I don't want to keep saying, Andrew, tell me your opinion, blah, blah, blah. All of you guys just get stuck and involved. It's open floor settings. But first, I do have to get Andrew's opinion. Andrew, if you make any sit on the fence statements, I'm going to fly to London. We're going to fight. There is no sitting on the fence tonight because Chelsea are 7th place, Andrew. We need strong statements from Andrew, the Winter Surfer, today. I need to understand what the hell is going on. Talk to me, brother.
I on another stream on Troops' stream yesterday, which I was on, I likened, and this isn't against Maresca, but it's like if you hire a part-time minicab driver to race for a Ferrari in the Formula One, and that's because Maresca's only got 1 season of league football management and it was championship. You know, that is my biggest question mark was before the transfers was Maresca this season, but you know. He's done mistakes as I expected him to do, but these players have missed a shit ton of chances. Do you know what I mean? It was the same under Poch. I never blame Poch for players missing chances. I blame a manager more if we didn't create a lot of chances. You know what I mean? I'd blame it. I blame a manager more, but players haven't taken chances. And the performance last week against Ipswich, just diabolical, really. That first half, and the chances missed, you know. But I'm not Maresca in. I'm not Maresca out. I'm not gonna. If anyone wants Maresca out right now, I'm not gonna argue with them. I can see that. I can see what they're talking
look,
about.
Lewis just wants attention. Hold that, Lewis. See?
As I said, Poch.
On a reverse card on your head top.
It's like a tingling. It's like a sixth sense. It's like
you just want
Spider-Man
attention.
Yeah, it's like Poch out. No, listen, he's got to take some of the blame as well. I don't like Maresca in the terms of like when we were second. Sam, I know you agree when he was saying, "Oh, we can't do this and we can't do that." You can't say that out publicly. Do you know what I mean? It puts doubt in. It gives players an easy out. Do you know what I mean? It gives players to go, "Oh yeah, well, our manager said we can't do it." Do you know what I mean? And he's one. I do like modern day managers because I do think they're better coaches, but they're very stubborn as well. Do you know what I mean? He's very stubborn in like not changing some things and playing some players out of position, like with this inverted fullback nonsense sometimes. Do you know what I mean? But he's got to take the heat. But I'm sorry, you have to look at above him, the sporting directors and the ownership. That you can't tell me that the next manager you hire must get top 4 and win a trophy, and then 2 of your 5 selections were Kieran McKenna and Enzo Maresca in that list. Do you know what I mean? You just can't do that. So listen, I'm all for going in Europa League next season, Sam. Do you know why I want Europa League next season?
There you are. You're so full of shit, Andrew. Why are you so full of shit?
No, I tell you no. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase it for you. I think Europa League would be easier for this team to get in the Champions League, winning Europa League, than getting through the league at the moment. The way it's built.
You just lost to Legia Warsaw.
Exactly. But we won the first leg, so it doesn't matter. We're through. First leg was done. First leg was done.
Chelsea fans are moving goalposts, you know.
How the mighty are fallen.
How am I moving goalposts?
No, because top 5, it looks like you're not getting it now.
Yeah.
And now
I said we finished 6. I said we finished 6 after the transfer window.
I'm not necessarily saying you, but I'm saying a lot are moving goalposts.
That's fine. But listen, I know what they're going to do in the summer. I know we're going to try and sign Liam Delap, this Bournemouth defender, and some other youth, stuff like that. We're not going to get top 4 or top 5 this season.
Who's that you signing?
They're going to try and sign Liam Delap, that Bournemouth defender. And
we better hope we don't do our buyback first, pal.
You're not doing your buyback, and you know you're not doing your buyback. Don't even try that, yeah?
Oh, wait. Don't bother me. We get 20%. We get 20%.
I know, exactly. You get 20% figure.
Oh, you bid away. Bid 100 mil.
Yeah, I know. We probably will. But, you know.
Surfer, is it good enough that he's getting in a position that he is? Or do you think he should get sacked if he doesn't get Champions League football?
If he gets sacked, I don't care. Sack him. I really don't care.
Sack
him. These players and this manager don't do anything for me. Until you do something for me, I'm not going to be attached to you. If he's sacked, sack him. If he doesn't win the Conference League, you definitely sack him because that's a layup.
Exactly.
That's a layup competition. Yeah, that's literally a tapping competition. If you can't win that, and I don't care if we play Betis or Fiorentina in the final, you win that competition. It's a layup. It's like a preseason tournament. You win that competition. Don't care what anyone says. You win it. You win it. Don't care. But like I said, he takes the blame this season. Players take the blame everyone takes the blame this season. That's what it is. You can't.
My problem with this whole conversation is just you guys change your energy. Because last year, when Hussam was talking about Lance Stewart and Win Stanley and telling you it ain't all Poch's fault, you were all like, just get this manager out of the club. And as soon as Poch goes, you're going to see how amazing we are. And then when you were second, you were like, oh, see how incredible Maresca is. And now that you're 7th, you're like, sack the board. But why does your energy change?
Here it is.
Like, one thing you can say, even as someone who watches me, right? When we were top of the Champions League group stages and top of the league, I was still FSG out. So if we fell off and I say FSG out, it holds credibility. But why do you guys change your energy so much? Like, honestly.
Well, but that's why. But the thing is, listen, the difference is I expect more from Poch than Maresca. It's just a different thing. I expect more from Poch. You'd have to be fair there. You'd have to expect more from Poch than Maresca. The problem is, Sam, there's no point in getting rid of, for me, saying Maresca out if the sporting directors don't go out either. Because PSG have shown you can do a slight youth project properly. PSG have shown others how to do it, right? Campos and stuff like that. But there's no point if you say Maresca out and the sporting directors don't change or the thing doesn't change, then it doesn't really matter. Do you know what I mean? You're just gonna get I don't even know who you're getting next. Really, it would probably be some.
But why did you get Maresca? Genuine question. I'm going to ask this. You are the mighty Chelsea, as I keep hearing, right?
Yeah. I have no idea.
Go and get Leicester City's manager, with respect.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
You've gone through every other manager.
Right.
You thought you were getting Pep Guardiola Mark II.
Right.
And I'm not throwing shade. I'm existing. If you're going to sack another manager, where do you go? You're running out of managers in world football.
I don't know. I honestly don't know where we go from here. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if they'd go for someone like Xavi Hernandez or something like that. I don't think that's on their radar. I have no idea. But the problem is, Martin, I don't trust these guys to pick another manager. Why would I trust them to pick another? That's the whole problem. That's why I'm not screaming Maresca out, because there's no point. Because if those two stay, like they're running the club, the sporting directors, and they have to say in the next manager, it might be someone from Oldham or something like that. You know what I mean? It might be like.
Why can't Chelsea go to and don't kill me with this, an Atletico Madrid and get a Simeone? Why can't you go to PSG and try and get Enrique out?
They won't leave.
No, I'm not saying he won't leave. I'm not saying, but
Actually, Chelsea said no to
what's
Enrique.
Chelsea's levels now. Because
They
I
did,
don't know
because
where
he wants because them two.
Because
Right,
Enrique did not want to
rightly
coach
so.
14-year-olds. That's why he said no.
And plus
Exactly.
they would want, and rightfully so, they should have a lot of say in the incoming of transfers. They would want that. They'd want they'd want probably a lot of control, and they're just not gonna give that up. Whether you say it's a yes man thing or not, I just think they just think that. I don't think they think of the term manager. They think more of the term coach. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a
No, Maresca's definitely a yes man. You surely agree with that.
Yeah, but all managers,
you know, he's playing champ manager. I don't feel like he's invested.
Yeah,
Pep was not a yes man. Klopp is not a yes man. Mourinho's definitely not a yes man. Conte is not a yes man.
Klopp was a yes man.
Klopp was not a yes man. Klopp went on to go against the whole club structure to get Nunes in. That ain't no yes man.
Oh, one player. Come on.
I can. By the way, he's the reason why.
Who did he want before you got Salah? Before you got Salah, who did he want?
No, I'm not talking about the first 3 years. I'm talking about after he won the league.
I'm just. Okay, we'll just cut those 3 years out. Those 3 years out. Those 3 years don't exist.
Okay, but you say every manager is a yes man. Mourinho is not a yes man. Conte ain't a yes man.
Mourinho's a yes man. Look at him at Spurs when they bought him for his second season. Who did he want? They bought him some like
Conte's a yes man.
If
you think Conte is a yes man, then your definition of a yes man is just flawed.
No. What I'm saying is this: all managers at some point in their career at that club are yes men because they accept the terms that the club give them. I'm just saying it's that. May not be like a high degree or for all the time, but at some point they accept what the club tell them or give them in terms whether it's transfers, whether it's contracts or anything like that. They just do that because they don't want to get sacked and everything like that. All managers at some point in their career are yes men. But if you get them early, or you get them young, like we've done, you create an ultimate yes man. Because he's more of a coach than a manager. That's what you call him, a coach. You don't call him a manager. You know, a coach is
he's not really coaching that well, is he?
Huh?
He's not really coaching that well, is he? Because look at the performances that you lot have been doing. It's like constantly playing players out of form.
But but the problem is with that thing is that we're creating a hell of a lot of chances. We're just not taking them. That's the thing. We're creating most chances. We just don't take them.
Doesn't that go back to the summer when there was the chance Osimhen and they talk about the wage structure and all of this stuff? Surely,
which makes me
proven goal scorer.
That's what I've been saying.
Which makes me laugh because if we were to get Champions League, wages go up at our club. Wages go up at our club. So there's no excuse for them not to buy players like that. The problem I have is that normally clubs spend big money to get into the Champions League. And then sometimes when they get into the Champions League, they then don't spend the money. Do you know what I mean? Because they've already got it. We're spending money, but we're not spending it the right way. We don't have a good goalkeeper, either one or two. We don't have a real leader at the back in the centre back position. Midfield's fine, could be better, but we don't have a number 9. That's it. You can't have projects at a club at goalkeeper and a number 9 position. You won't do anything at all. You won't be successful. Right, but the problem is, we still conceded one of few goals in the league, which is miraculous. I don't know how, but you cannot do that. You cannot go into a league and do anything without a recognised good goalkeeper and a recognised number 9. And we haven't had a recognised number 9 since Costa. 8 years, 9 years ago now.
Yeah.
We bought in number 9s, but they just haven't worked out. Like a Morata and stuff like that. He just hasn't worked out. Giroud, to his fair share, Giroud did good, did okay, but he was older and stuff like that, and it didn't work out. But this is why I don't get on Maresca that much, because what have you done? You didn't back him properly. You didn't back him in January either, when you needed like reinforcements to help you get top 4 or top 5, even on loans or anything like that. You didn't do anything, and all we're going to hear this summer is one of the most words we're going to hear this summer is opportunity. We're going to hear opportunity a lot this summer in terms of who we go for. Why didn't we go for that one? Why didn't we go for that one? I know we probably wouldn't have got him, But Kvaratskhelia is the archetype type of player for a project like this. You know what I mean? It was that
Even
much,
Arsenal as
200k
well.
a week. Yeah, he's 65. He's never going to, if he goes on to be what I think he's going to be, 65 million, he's never going to be 65 million again until he's like 34 or 35 or even lower, older than that. Just never going to be that. But go on, sorry, go on, speak again. Anyone else who wants to speak about this?
I'd say, yeah, the board, they seem to have a lot of blood on their hands, because you see when they bought Chelsea, they have a pledge to spend like 2 billion before anything. So once they do, they're spending all of this money, but once they don't have to spend this money, are they gonna spend? And this is my question mark. I have question marks over the Chelsea board, because
it's not about spending the money though. It's about where you spend it. Like for instance, we joke with Martin and I joked in the opening thing. They show you how they don't care. Like that protest a few weeks ago, they just go like that. 24 hours later, they signed a Brazilian kid for 17 who can't come here till he's in 2026. We signed 2 youngsters from Portugal. One can't come here till 2026. The Sporting Lisbon right winger and stuff like that, and Asugo. So that's what I mean. It's not about spending the money; it's how you spend the money. You can spend, like I said, PSG have shown that you can recruit younger youth players properly. PSG are showing that right now. The way they've done it, they've got their best player left, and they're recruiting good players. You can do it. It's just how you spend it. These guys go on data. I would love to see what data they're going for with some of these players. I would just love to see it, because it makes sense to them. Makes sense in how I think they're trying to do it, but it doesn't make sense because for me, they are banking a lot on the future when the present shapes your future.
And I was gonna say, there's no data to how someone's gonna develop, how people are gonna from injuries. You might get injuries, growing pains, stuff like that. You don't know. Pressure from moving from South America to England, new country. You don't know the language. So it seems very, very weird. The owners, I'm looking at them with a
Do you think you're still living up to the hangover of Abramovich? Because do you remember those days, right? When he came, he was so ruthless. If he didn't like a player, end their contract. Didn't like a manager, end their contract, right? So do you know when you're so used to winning, and because you lot have won everything underneath the sun, I'll give you like that, right? Now, I personally think you're maybe 2 to 3 years away of challenging, just because you lot are in Man United's position. I just can't see a style of play where you're going. I just can't see the vision of what you lot want to do. For you lot to say that we're happy, well, obviously you're not happy, but it's good just to be back in Europe. Yeah, this is not the Chelsea that I've known over the last 20 years.
No, it's not, and I don't even like go. Oh yeah, I want to finish top 4. I couldn't care. You know, being in Champions League is fine, but we haven't challenged as a club for the title since we won it in 17. We haven't challenged. We haven't been in a title race since then. We haven't been in one then, even under Abramovich and stuff like that. Is it different from Abramovich? Well, these guys have fired loads of managers, so it's not. It's the same on that front where they fired loads of coaches. It's just the spending's obviously different. It's gone completely 180 from when they first arrived, and that first summer in 22 when we bought like Sterling and Koulibaly and stuff like that, and Kukurea, to now like this youth thing, and it's just
but no. My point is, look at the managers that Abramovich had underneath his reign, and look at the manager that Todd Bowley has brought, and that's the difference. Because at least Abramovich, he brought in world-class managers because he knew his vision and what he wanted to achieve. This dude here, he got someone from fucking the championship, mate. Championship to manage a club. That do you know what it is? As an Arsenal supporter, and do you know what? I've gone through my fair share of banter, but that is disgusting. You know what I'm saying? I thought having Arteta at the helm was bad, but you lot got a championship manager.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Which is why,
and you're expected to be honest, for what a championship manager could do, this is the highest he's ever going to go.
Right, which is why you never hear me get on him that much unless it's in-game stuff, because it's like, well, what did you expect? You're giving like you're getting like a learner's permit to drive a Bugatti. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what we doing here? And that falls on the sporting directors. It falls on the ownership for allowing this to happen. But it's like, what are you gonna do? And there's no point. There's no point getting Maresca and keeping everything else the same, because I don't trust them with their next. I don't trust them. Period. You know what I mean? They've got no trust with me, which is why this protest. It was like there was no strong message, and there's no talk of any. Which I knew there wouldn't be. There's no talk of any protest again, because we won a few games afterwards. Because football fans are very easy to please, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? It's easy to please. You win on the pitch. There's nothing. You don't hear anything like we did. There was nothing after Sunday. No talk whatsoever by any big streamers or anything like that shooting their mouth off or anything. But it's like, and we even the good guy Bowley brushed the protest off and said we like what we're doing. This is my whole point. That's why I never really scream owners out, because they're billionaires. They get threats daily from people, you know, or extorted or stuff like that. But if they want this to be successful, they have to change. I just don't think they will until.
No.
I just don't think they will.
Yeah, man. Elijah, what are you saying, man? You look kind of angry over there about your Chelsea, man.
I mean, I what can I say, man? What can I say? I mean, we don't deserve Champions League. Let me tell you this for sure, because these players are a joke. They really are a joke. And if we do get Champions League, we're going to get battered. The likes of Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Real Madrid. These players are not ready. And that's why I've been saying since last season, win, lose or draw owners out, because they are the main issue at this football club. You know, people tell me Victor Osimhen is worse. He's the top scorer in the Turkish league. People said about Petrovic, well, he's doing a better goalkeeper than Robert Sanchez and fucking Philip Jorgensen. You know, it's just a joke. And look at Andre Santos. You know, we loaned this guy to Strasbourg and he's balling now. And for me, yeah, Lavia cannot stay fit. So that's the main issue. And this is what I've been saying. Listen, I'm not completely Maresca out yet, but I'm starting to lose my patience. But I will not let Enzo Maresca out and then these owners stay, because they are the ones that need to leave, because they don't care about this club. They said, we're showing that we're going to win, but you're wrong, because where's the evidence of it? We had 6 managers in 3 years and have no trophy, nothing. It's just embarrassing. We're becoming like Tottenham, because the last time they won a trophy, they had 24 managers in 16 years. It's just crazy right now. So listen, if this continues, then I don't see Chelsea in the next 3 or 5 years ever winning a trophy or at least challenging. So that's why they all need to leave first. And if the new owners want to sack Maresca, then so be it. That's the main issue. So listen, we're in 7th right now. We've got Fulham tomorrow. I have no confidence, because the fact that we drew against Ipswich Town and the fact that we lost against Legia Warsaw on Thursday night, I've got no hope in this team anymore, you know. So all we can do is just hope and pray. But for me, it's done, man. It's done. So yeah, it's going to be another disappointing season. No Champions League once again. Yeah, we're in so much trouble financially, because we're not going to get any new sponsorship. The revenue is going to get even low, and we're not going to sign any experienced players anymore. So this is on the owners, man. And if they don't leave, then this stuff will continue. And Chelsea fans, you better buckle up, because this is going to happen every single season. And we just got to accept it. We just got to accept it. Even though I hate to say this, we got to accept it, because it's just not going to happen anymore. So yeah, man, I'm done with this season. I really am done. I just ripped it off, because for me, that draw against Ipswich Town was the final straw for me. It really was. So yeah, man, the season is done, and we'll see what happens. But in the summer transfer window, they better get this right. But do I trust them? No. I don't trust them to get in a better manager than the previous, and I don't trust them to get experience, because they're still going to bring in, young players, if you know what I mean. So I'm just...
I don't think it's the young players that's the problem. I think you got too many of the players that are very similar players. Because if you look at your front four or the midfield players, the Sancho's, the Enzo, Palmer, they all play the same. They all go to the same places. They all occupy the same spaces. Yeah.
Much of the muchness.
And I think that's your biggest issue. They're very,
Also,
What do
very
you mean? Can
similar.
you expand on that?
Yeah.
Expand on it, Don. What do you mean? Like players?
Yeah,
occupying
like
different-
okay, you see Enzo Palmer and Enzo Palmer, especially Enzo Palmer and Sancho. I think they're very good players. Yeah. I do think maybe Palmer is overhyped. He's like more like a onesies a wonder, just because that's what he's shown me. Right. But okay, it's like this, yeah. If you check all of the top teams that's always won something, on the left and right flank, they've always got one person which is a little bit slower, but they're more skillful.
Mhm.
And on the other side, they've got a speedster. In the middle, they got someone that can dictate the game. Where is that in Chelsea?
That doesn't exist.
Because when you look at, forget Jackson up front, when you look at the three that's behind him, they play very similar. Very similar. And I think that's your main issue. Because you're saying you create a lot of chances. Yeah, okay, fair enough. You create a lot of chances. But you would do that if you got like 3 number 10s. For me, Sancho plays in the 10. Palmer plays in the 10. And Enzo can play in the 10.
I would think the issue I have is that
That's actually a good point. Just quickly before you go, Andrew.
Yeah.
This is interesting. I just read this. Players not taking chances isn't that mentality. Do you think it's a mentality thing?
no mentality would be that they would just not even try and create or something like that. Do you know what I mean? They would just like turn their heads down and just not even bother. That'd be my thing. Mentality, you can call mentality what you want, but going back to what Don said, is like I think they also that's why I get on the sporting directors, Don, is that they haven't bought the right type to fit the team. They've just bought players out of and just hope they smash together, because you don't buy the wide players we have and not have a fundamental box present striker. We just don't have that. Do you know what I mean?
But can't we
Jackson-
say it is mentality? Sorry, because you were meant to go top of the league in December.
Yes.
Then they
Right.
started talking, oh, title race? Who's a title? We don't know a race. Started
We're the chill guy.
15 games later, only 5 wins. So surely that's got to be some sort of mentality. There's got to be, just even if it's 15, 20%, surely there's a part to play there.
But okay, if you want to call it mentality, that's fine. But then I still go back up to the people above and say, you wanted this. This is your idea. This is your problem. If you buy youth players, you can't then buy a youth manager. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You just can't do that.
It filters this way down.
Yeah, it filters down. You got the owners, but youth sporting directors who hired a youth coach and bought youth and trains youth players, and it filters down like that. You get what you get what you buy. I'm sorry, you just get what you buy. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
This is to me. I said it all season, before the transfer window, after the transfer window. We were going to be inconsistent. We weren't for the first half of the season, and we have been for the second half of the season. For me, this was just bordering plateauing. This is what I expected, to be in a top 4 race, but finish 6th. I've said all season. But I did say when we were second that he should, before he started mouthing off, and this is where I do go on Maresca, because you're right. When he started mouthing off, you give everyone an excuse then to fall off. You make an excuse, then you give everyone an excuse. You want to think about it, think to yourself, no problem, but don't come out publicly and do that, because everyone then has that excuse. Why? It was simple. He could have come out and just said, you know what? Well, let's see what we can do this season. That's all he needs to say. Let's see what this team can do. That's all he needed to say. All he needed to say. But instead it was, he tried to do, remember the Mourinho thing, Sam? Little horse.
Little horsey.
Horse on the toe. Remember the little tower? It's a little horse or something like that. It was like,
he's not even the Timo Mourinho. Like he
exactly right. He doesn't have. That's the problem. You can give Mourinho. That because of his background, because of what he's done, what he's achieved and stuff like that. Marissa can't come out and do that. He hasn't got anything to back up. He hasn't got. You can't say, "Oh, well, I won the championship." I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't care. You can't come in here, and then this is where I will back people who want him out because of that. You can't come in and say that no matter what type of level manager you are. You can't come in and do that. You just simply cannot do that. And if he goes, he goes. And I couldn't care less if he goes. I really don't.
Yeah.
But he cannot be the only one who goes.
Mm.
That's the thing. He cannot be the only one who goes because I don't trust anyone above him whatsoever. And that goes to the owners as well.
What I will say though is that what people need to realize, what he did for Chelsea is the same thing what he did for Leicester, because at that time Leicester were, I feel like, 19 points clear at the top of the championship, but then from January up to the end of the season they still won it, but Leeds and Ipswich Town were close to them, and at the time Ipswich Town or Leeds United could have been above Leicester City. The fact that they'll drop points, but they didn't. And that's the same thing for me, and same thing for Chelsea. Now, I'm the ones here that said we're onto the title race. Do I regret that? Yes. But what I did say is that if this, let's say that we beat the likes of Everton, Fulham, Crystal Palace, and all these teams, and let's say in January we sign experienced players and this continues, then I'll hold my hands up and said yes. But the reason why I said we're not in the title is because we have a young squad, we have a young, inexperienced manager, and these owners are still not getting experience. So that's the main issue. So I do regret that. But what I think for me, Enzo Wesker should not be saying this probably. What he should have said is that we'll see what happens. We'll take it one game at a time. That's what, for me, I think he should have said. But other than that, he said it. We're not in the title race, and look what's happened. Only 5 wins after that. So it's kind of embarrassing, to be honest.
Yeah, man.
I think Chelsea's run of form is like, there is no explanation for it, even if you want to say bored or not bored, because even Chelsea without a striker are still expected to beat Ipswich, you're still expected to beat Palace, you're still expected to beat Fulham. Like, some of these clubs that Chelsea have lost to has just been absolutely insane, to be honest with you. So
yes, I agree.
you actually played, you know, like, some of these games just were absolutely horrible in terms of performances as well. So
yes,
yeah.
And it's also the fact that they are like a one-half team. The first half, they will blow teams away, maybe score a goal. The second half, they just literally diminish. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
What is that down to? Like I said, is it down to coaching? Is it down to the players? Like, the thing is, are the players really that bad?
No, I don't. Listen, I don't think they're that bad. But it's the thing. I don't know what to put on this guy. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what because I got one season of championship on this guy to go. I didn't even watch him in the championship, so I've got no history with this guy to look back on and go, oh yeah, well he did this. I know what he can do. This. I know what he can do. That. I've got nothing to. I got, like with other managers, I can go, well, yeah. Like Potts, I see, well, he did this at Spurs, he did this at PSG. Why isn't he doing this? Why is he doing that? This guy, nothing whatsoever. Do I blame him for? I've blamed him loads of times this season for his in-game management. His in-game management stinks of inexperience, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
He's inexperienced. That's what it is. And when the chips are down, you need your players look to the side. They look to the coach for inspiration. But what can they look at with this guy when he's got 1 year in the championship? What are we doing here? What do you expect? And like I said, players will always taken out because they're not the ones who get blamed. They're not the ones who get fired or anything like that. They're the ones who are always safe. They're always safe no matter what. Managers come and go like that.
Like everyone's favorite. Better than Saka, better than Palmer.
He needs to.
We're now and I quote, we're now getting into the Vinny debates in December. You know, I'm just saying he has less open play goals this season than Mikel Merino.
Who said Vinny debates?
Big up Merino.
Vinny's
someone in the chat.
Anyway.
Yeah, someone in the chat said that. Anyway, regardless, speaking of inexperience, moving on to Arsenal. Big up to AMT for the super chat as well. I appreciate you, my brother. Make sure guys are liking the video. Make sure guys are subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. Every single person locked in, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. I do want to talk about Arsenal's Champions League chances, chat. So that's going to be kind of the next debate here for the next half an hour of the stream. We do have 450 people locked in, so please go subscribe to everyone in the panel. All the channels are in the description. And do hit the like button on the stream. And do subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Let's get 200 likes ASAP. So, Max, Real Madrid 5-1 win on aggregate. Is it
Like
gonna
what?
be your year, Max, in the Champions League, or are you gonna be heartbroken again this season?
Also,
Well, if we do get to the final, the omens are good. They're with us. The last 4 finals in Munich have been won by first-time winners. So I'm just hoping we can get to the final because PSG, we've played them and I've seen there's a chink in their armor from that Villa game. This you can still tell there's some sort of mentality there because you're 5-1 up and then it gets to 5-4. So I'm a lot more confident seeing what we were able to do against Real Madrid. And I'm hoping that the players, they now can take that upon themselves and say, yes, we can do this. And I don't want us to revert to this Arsenal of old because now we're kind of expected. People are not going to say it. They're just going to say, oh, PSG got a dangerous front three. Most people are probably expecting Arsenal to go through and beat PSG. Even if they don't want to say it out loud, because I'm expecting us to win. And if we don't go through against PSG, what we done against Real Madrid is going to be a waste of everybody's time. It's going to be a waste of time because then we're going to be saying next season again. And I ain't got time for next season. I need the Champions League this season. So I think we're winning it. Arteta, you need to now go and prove that we can win it. Jakub Kiwior, I said, this guy's no good. He seems to have proved us wrong. So now you need to continue this form and get us over the line. Merino, Havertz should be back for the final. So there's not going to be many excuses. So that's kind of my take on it. I think we're going to win the Champions League.
Before I even respond to the Arsenal thing, did Rio actually say this, or are you making it up, AMT?
no, he said it. He did say it. Yeah, I saw that today.
You know, people always, whenever they ask me like who's the worst Man United like fans in the Premier League, I always say Man United, and people go like, "Oh, Arsenal fans are way worse."
No.
Bro, Man United fans are copium dealers to the level that is absolutely insane. Declan Rice and any footballer in history, no one right now is choosing Man United over Arsenal. No one's choosing Man United over Liverpool. No one's choosing Man United over Chelsea. No one's choosing Man United over anyone. Like the only one that you would beat in a transfer saga is Spurs. That's it. You're not going to beat anyone else in a transfer saga. And just allow the horse shit, bro. These guys are so full of it. Like, imagine really, like, does he actually believe that the guy would go to Manchester United? Like, bro, every time any of these Rio, Roy Keane speak, I just want to fucking vomit. I can't stand them, bro. They're always like, oh, back in my day, blah, blah, blah. You're fucking 13th. No one cares about back in your day. You're fucking
would
shit,
go
bro.
to Man United as well. Didn't Neville
It's Man
just
United.
say
It's not Man United.
I'm sorry, that rattled me. That triggered me. If I was an Arsenal fan
Man United.
listening to that, I'd be triggered, bro. I'll be honest with you. What the
It's
hell are
Man
you
United,
talking about?
No one
No, it
listened
is.
to the TNT. You know, one listened to the TNT commentary the other night against Leon.
Yeah.
I thought I was watching them UFC TV.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, a little bit impartial. Come on now.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
you've come back against
You know what? Yeah,
Leon.
he's just trying to distract people to the fact that they're frigging 13th. Well, they're actually technically 14th. Yeah, they're 14th, I think, at the moment.
What is this
Man
with all these
United.
ex-footballers trying to go viral? Like, that's our job. Leave that to us, guys. How about you just stop waffling, man? I'm sorry, sorry, guys. But anyway, don't see. Talk to me about Arsenal's chances in the Champions League and how do you feel after them?
Do you know what? Yeah. Okay, most of the people don't know me. Yeah, Surfer does. Normally, I'm this angry Arsenal fan on a regular basis because boy, they've just broke my heart time and time again. But that victory against Real Madrid, I guarantee no one on this panel had us going through. Not one of you. Yeah. All right. And to get through to this manner, right, and to know that we're going to be playing PSG. Fair enough. We beat them earlier on in the season, but guess what? Yeah, their players are hit form. Their players have hit form, but so is ours. Our players are coming back from injury. Right. So for me, it's one of those things where I'm just going to be smiling. Yeah, and it's more of that hopium than anything else. Because all of the other teams, let's just say they've got a renowned striker. And with Arsenal, it's we all know Arsenal. When it comes to squeaky bum time, we falter. Like we did it to City in the last 2 seasons. Yeah, we did it to Liverpool. Well, Liverpool this season. To be honest, you lot blew everyone out of the water. So it's not even a bottling thing. You lot just blew. Come November, the end of November, December. That's when I knew you lot was going to win the league. All right, just because you lot are who you are, and we're not great at chasing. You know what I'm saying? And history has shown us that because we did that with Leicester, we've done it with City twice, and now with Liverpool. So that's not our thing. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the Champions League, it's more of a hopeful thing to say we're going to win. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that we're going to beat PSG over both legs. See, the only negative thing is just that Partey is not playing, but because the more important game is the second leg, that's where we're going to need him. You know what I'm saying? Over there in Paris. And if we can get through that, then I actually think we're going to be playing Inter Milan, which probably stylistically will be harder for us than Barcelona. Just stylistically. Because like we saw in the first game, and if you've ever watched the Inter Milan game this season, they know how to defend. They know how to use their low block and break
as well.
Yeah. They're crazy. It's like, you see, Arsenal are more set up directly for someone that plays a very high line, someone with fast wingers and so forth. We can handle that perfect because we've done that for so long. But when it comes to these low block teams, we've seen it with the Evertons, with the Aston Villa when we play them, with the West Hams and so forth. And that's what this was going to be. It's like, if we play Inter Milan with their low block, that's the only way I can see us not winning it. Other than that, and the thing is, I'm one of those Arsenal fans that I try not to. Okay, I don't like the hope because it's the hope that kills you. That's what I'm saying. Right? And I've been throughout the years, right? I've been so hopeful. I've been like, yes, come on, Arsenal, we could do it. To a point, it's just like, but that win against Real Madrid, and the thing is, it's not the fact that we beat Real Madrid, it's the way we beat Real Madrid, because it wasn't a like a one-off result or anything. It was, we dismantled them for player, and technically they do have the better players technically, but as a team we have the workhorses, and I think that's what got us through this, and obviously that brilliance from Declan Rice. But yeah, I'm just hoping, to be honest. I'm just hoping, and we'll see what happens.
I don't want to see a penalty shootout, man, because that's when the pressure's on. If we go to any penalties, I take it back.
Like Alisson in terms of like, he's such a good keeper overall, but when it comes to penalty shaving, he's just so shit. You know, I'm sure you guys watched the penalty shootout Liverpool against PSG. That Vitinha penalty still lives rent free in my head, because that was just the weakest penalty I've seen in my life, and it still went in the back of the net. That's just when I knew. It's literally recorded. I'm like, guys, it's over. It's over, chat. It's over. I've been saying that after that bet, because I was like, honestly, I ain't gonna save none of them if we can't save this one, to be honest with you. But regardless, look, I disagree with Don C. I think if there is any time to have hope, it's actually this time. This is like one correct time to have hope, because the evil satanic monster Real Madrid has been knocked out, and now it's fair odds. Like, anyone can win it at this point in time. PSG could be Champions League winners, so can Arsenal, so can Inter, so can Barca. And I think you are spitting when you say like Inter is way worse for you. People don't know this, but every now and then, whenever I watch Serie A with Simeone Inzaghi, he's actually a way worse terrorist than even Diego Simeone. Yo, that guy is he's not just low block, bro. Like, this guy could just stink the crap out of the pitch if he wants to be honest with you. And I think this is something that like will work so against Arsenal, because all it's gonna take is one goal, Lautaro Martinez on the counter-attack in the 17th minute, and then for the next 70-80 minutes it's gonna be Arsenal trying to cross the ball into the box against the likes of Acerbi, Bisek, etc., who are gonna eat all those crosses up for breakfast. So I actually think Inter are going to get to the final, and I think Arsenal are going to get to the final. I think the final of the Champions League is going to be Arsenal against Inter, and it's going to be one of two things. either Footy Judge Mo is the reason why City won their first Champions League and Arsenal won their first Champions League, which means he's probably going to have to quit YouTube next season, or it's going to be another silver medal for
So
the.
what you're telling me is not beating Inter Milan in for everyone.
Say that again.
What you're telling me is beating Inter Milan in for everyone in a final. I understand that. I get that.
Yes, because you guys had Rodri, you guys had Haaland. I'll be honest with you,
And
like
Lukaku.
I don't know.
Lukaku was playing for Man City
Yeah.
that day.
And also you did
Sorry,
double
go on.
whammy and made United buy Onana. So you got United twice with that.
I mean,
you know
don't
what
get me wrong. I do think Arsenal have got a good chance.
Yes.
I'm listening. I'll be honest. I think, and you have every right to be confident, but Real Madrid wasn't the final.
Yeah.
And the way some are talking is as though Real Madrid were the final.
All I'm gonna say,
And
the
Real
last
Madrid are
two
not the Real
teams
Madrid they've been.
to knock out Real Madrid,
But it's not the same Real Madrid.
Chelsea, and
It's not the
Man
same Real
City
Madrid. It's
were
not the same Real
Champions
Madrid.
League.
But it's the same with Madrid that knocked out City.
How did Real Madrid get through?
Yeah.
They
Penalties.
have to go through the playoffs.
Penalties.
Real
I
Madrid
think
don't
what's-
normally have to do that.
I think though what's really
New
important
format.
is it's been brought up. It's been brought up that first leg because
Was
I do like
magnificent.
PSG's midfield, but that first leg, it's not just Partey out suspended. Whatever you think of it, Jorginho's out injured as well. Okay, so what does he do? Does he put Marino back in midfield? Does he ask Rice to play as the 6 now?
I
Do
think
you
it's
take
6, yeah.
Rice out? Do you
Yeah.
take Rice out of the 8? I don't think you should take Rice out of the 8, even without Partey there, because he influences so much. But he's got a big decision to make because Odegaard, I know Don C would agree with this. Odegaard fucking stinks. He absolutely
was
the
so
worst.
shit against Madrid.
He was
Yeah.
the worst.
Yeah.
He was the
He was
worst.
worse than Kivior. No one can convince me
Worst
otherwise.
player. Worst
Yes.
player.
Worst
of these
player,
I
players.
yeah.
think
He was
Kivior was
Arsenal's
our
best player.
centre back.
He stinks.
That was the
Odegaard
thing.
stinks. He was the
He was
worst
bad.
player. Everyone got at least a 6 or something against Madrid. He didn't even get a 3 or a 2 or something like that. He stunk. But he's going to play him. But I think Duncy's right. That's the most important thing. That midfield without Partey, who's been brilliant this season, and last season he was very good as well. But it also helps. You see how it helps. Did you see the reaction? I think when Partey got the yellow card from Rice. If has anyone seen the reaction?
That's
Yeah,
our
he was angry.
captain.
He was angry.
That is
Yeah.
our
Yeah, he
captain.
was like, no.
Yeah.
Because you didn't need to get a yellow card. It wasn't even like.
I'm so
what
glad
was it,
Max
like
just
60
said what he
minutes?
said. If I'm Mikel Arteta, I'm getting Odegaard into the dressing room, and I'm gonna tear up the captain's armband. I'm gonna give it to Declan Rice. Just put
Of course.
put
Yeah.
put the captaincy in the bag. You're not that guy, bro. In the first half, I watched Martin Odegaard ruin about 3 goal-scoring opportunities for Arsenal, where it's such a simple layoff. Any of us on this panel could make it. I'm not even exaggerating. I'm talking about I'm Saka and Odegaard is at the camera. It's this simple of a layoff, just like this. It's just literally like a 3.
Not
like
even a hard
2-yard
pass.
He passed
Yeah,
the
it's
pass,
just-
didn't he?
like that.
touch it. And the funny part is, the first one he undercooked, the second one he overcooked. You're the number 10, mate. You're supposed to be the technical guy. You're supposed to be the creative guy. He's so shit. He's actually so shit. Like,
And
I think he's the Norwegian Soboslai, and no one could convince me otherwise. He's there for his work rate, initiating the press, and all that shit. He ain't no technical player, none of that. Like, I just don't rate him at all after his performances this year. And if any Arsenal fan tells me the Odegaard injury is the reason why they didn't win the league, I'm just laughing in your face.
wait,
Nice
but
bullshit.
you've seen them. They put a feces out. They're like, this is the worst ankle injury ever. They're telling you all types of excuses. Let's not make excuses. If someone's doing bad, just say it. It doesn't mean that you're not supporting the player. You're just saying it how it is, and hopefully.
No, he's horrible. He's been horrible for the last 18 months. I don't know what's worse. Odegaard's performances this month or the fact that Arsenal's got a dating show coming out. I don't know what's worse, to be honest. They both stink like shit, to be honest. Yeah.
Did you apply to the dating show? Be honest.
I'm gonna
You
say
applied,
this,
Nancy.
I don't think he gets because he's been.
Oh, don't see. Did you apply to it? Be honest.
Yeah,
You
he
mean?
probably don't.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, man.
Can I
Fair,
just be
fair,
that
fair.
guy for a moment? Can I be that guy for a moment?
All
For a
right.
moment. And listen, I think Arsenal, I said, could win it. Want to be done.
Yeah.
No. Okay. My view is whether we win the Champions League or not, Arteta needs to get sacked.
No, I don't mean it in that way because
Wow.
Whoa, no, wait,
Wow.
Martin. That's a crazy thing. So wait, so if Arteta
Wait.
wins,
Wait.
you want him sacked?
Wow.
I threw a line out. Someone took a big old bite and went, "Here we go." I knew someone would.
Wait, did you just say if Arteta wins?
You know what it is? He took the pin out the bomb, yeah, and I just blew it up.
Yeah.
Hey, you have to explain that one. Why?
There's your clip, Sam.
Okay.
There's your clip right there.
Okay. Yeah, no. Do you know what? I've said this time and time again. Yeah.
Thank me later.
It's like how much hurt is a man supposed to put us through? How much hurt? Right? For what these even though this is his first job, he's an apprentice. I get that. The first season, I give him. But then guess what? He won the COVID FA Cup. The second season, I give him. Yeah. The third season, you better fix up. We got what was it? What was it? Fifth?
Yeah.
We got second twice. We got second twice. Yeah. And instead of buying players that we needed, what did he go and buy? Centre backs again. We needed a fucking striker. He bought Sterling. No, he loaned Sterling. A player that couldn't even get in the Chelsea team at that time. He trusted in Havertz, and do you know what? Havertz has done well for what he's to not being playing in those positions. But guess what? That was another bomb at Chelsea that they wanted to get rid of, and then we paid 65 million for them. So we gave them 3/4 back of their money for a player that they didn't want in the first place, right? And then we got we needed a striker. Let's say. In January, if we would have got anybody, so I have no faith in this dude going forward. If we win the Champions League, I will say, do you know what, Arteta? I apologize for cursing you out. Yeah, I take it all back. I will shamelessly say I backed you all the way. Go out on a high, piss off out my club. Thank you. On to the next manager.
Can I just say one thing? Completely opposite.
Harsh.
I think if
He's
Arteta
more
wins
harsh
the
than me.
Champions League, he's the greatest Arsenal manager ever.
Come
No.
on.
No,
This is-
for
one extreme to
he is.
another.
What do you mean? Oh, come on, bro. What invincibles? Are you mad? You're gonna win the Champions League with Mikel Moreno, and you want him out? How's that?
Yeah.
Hang on, does that make Roberto Di Matteo the greatest ever Chelsea manager then?
No,
That's the
because
thing.
Chelsea have
No.
multiple Champions Leagues.
Yeah, but you know what? Yeah, that's what I said. I'll thank him for what he's done, and to actually know that Mikel Moreno
He's the better
done
of the
to Real Madrid
Champions League winning managers. He's the better of
and all the rest of it. I'm grateful. I'm grateful because you know what? Yeah, I just want to be honest. I want Arsenal to-
Like you realize what you just said? That's not even a bomb. That's a nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
Like Arteta goes from
Why do you
absolute
think?
like at the end of this season, Arteta, if he wins the Champions League, goes from like absolute bum to like top 3 Arsenal managers ever immediately.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Go out on a high.
So why would you want to sack one of the greatest
Because-
managers ever?
Okay, to be perfectly honest, it's actually a lot easier winning the Champions League than it is the league, because with the league, right, week in week out, yeah, and we all know this. Yeah, we all know this. Look how many times Chelsea's like bomb scratched the Champions League. You lot done it in what?
No,
05?
I would agree with that. I'd agree with
Yeah.
that. No, I would agree with that. Believe it or
Winning the
not.
league is a lot harder than winning the Champions League, because the Champions League you're playing them some of them once every few years. Yeah, in the Premier League you're playing these teams every single season. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Arsenal might play City 3 or 4 times, just like Liverpool, just like Chelsea. We played Real Madrid. The first time we played Real Madrid was 06 until this year. This is what I'm saying. So for me, it's a lot easier to win the Champions League than it is to win the league. Yeah, and in the league, that's where I don't trust him, because
Can I give you my opposing argument? I get that to win the Premier League, you've got to be consistent from August till May. That's the argument people always bring up. Fair enough. However, the reason why I think the Champions League is more difficult to win for a very simple reason. I think the margin of error is 0%. Like you have no margin for error. I'll give you an example right now. You could get knocked out by PSG because of one mistake. Deep it, Liverpool lost the Champions League final just because Karius had a bad moment. In the Premier League, Arsenal could lose 3 games in a row and still win the Premier League. City could go on a really bad run of 6 games without a win and still end up being Premier League champions. If you go 6 games without a win in the Champions League, you get knocked out. And when I say margin of error, there's a reason why. 2 things I'm bringing up. Number 1, margin of error, which is 1 mistake and you're knocked out. That's just how it goes in the Champions League. By the way, Real Madrid against you, mistakes, counterattacked, done. They get knocked out. The second thing I'll bring up is there's a reason why there are so many big clubs that have won the league but haven't won the Champions League. But there are no big clubs in history that have won Champions Leagues that have not won league titles. That just doesn't exist. And other than Nottingham Forest, who are an anomaly in football history, no one has more Champions Leagues than they do their own leagues because of how difficult it is to beat. Sometimes you stylistically get destroyed. By the way, Liverpool drawing PSG, that was the worst case scenario for us because their technique is next level compared to our midfield. So they were always going to pass around us. But any other team maybe would have went through against. But with them, they were the worst case scenario for us. Styles make fights. It's like a grappler in UFC taking on a boxer. Like the grappler will always will beat the boxer. Thing is, in the Champions League, one error in the knockout stage and you're out. One wrong substitution and you're out. And teams other than Real Madrid really rarely win it. Like, think about this. In Chelsea's most successful era, 20 years of their life, they won it once every 10 years. If you're going to say 20 years, 2 Champions Leagues, once every 10 years. Liverpool, dominant period, the only English team to dominate in Europe. We won, I think it was 3-9. Even then, 3-9. Like, you're looking at Barcelona, even their teams with Messi and etc. They won 3. Yeah, they won 3-7. Man United only won twice in 30 years under Ferguson. So winning the Champions League is very difficult because sometimes you even get a Porto that can knock you out. Sometimes you get a Benfica that can
you
knock
don't have to be the best to win it. Now, Hussam, I'm going to ask something because I'm going to test your memory. Me and you had a discussion about this the very first time we spoke on a space, many years back, about this whole debate.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you what I told you then.
Which is?
You don't need to be the best to win the Champions League. You have to be the best to win the league. Because you don't always play the best in the Champions League. You play every team in the Premier League twice. You can win a Champions League and never play Madrid. You never play PSG. You never play Barcelona. Now, a lot of the time you can. But let's go back to when you got to...
Yeah, but in reverse, in the league as well, sometimes you can play teams in lucky moments. Like next season could start, right? Liverpool, City and Arsenal are in a title race. Maybe I play Newcastle without Isak, but you both play them when they're in form. I play them in August when they're dead.
But maybe a dodgy referee decision in a semi-final of a Champions League knocks you out.
Margin of error. There is no margin of error.
No, but what I mean is that's not being the best on the day. In the Premier League, for me, I find a marathon a lot more. Listen, the Champions League is amazing. And by the way, I'm not saying it's Arsenal. I've had this debate, like Hussam. Me and Hussam had this debate.
Yeah, he's had this debate with me. Yeah.
This is not because it's Arsenal. I'm a rather win a marathon than I want to win a sprint. A cup competition is luck. Who you get on the day, who you get in, and not only that, what I don't like about the Champions League is the amount of times it's had rules changes. At one point you had away goals, now you don't have away goals.
Yeah, but that's the same with the Premier League, like VAR, offside thing with the semi-automated, and it wasn't semi-automated.
That's factual, though.
Yeah, I like the fact that's factual.
In the Champions League, we're now in a Super League scenario.
But
me and you
a stupid league scenario.
Generally had the Super League debate. I said you
Champions League before a Prem. You won 2 Champions Leagues before a Prem, right?
No, they won
4.
Who?
No, I'm talking about as of the Champions League before they won the Premier League. So the Premier League, say it started in 1992. They didn't win the Premier League, but they won 2 Champions League before Klopp won the Prem. So it's, you know what I mean? It's not.
No, but even then it was different because you did play the best back then. You didn't when it came into
in 2005. We had to. Okay, let me tell you the Milan 11. Okay, Dida, Cafu, Maldini, Nesta, Pirlo, Gattuso, Kaká, Crespo, Shevchenko. So don't get mad at me when I say Gerrard's the best midfielder in Premier League history. That alone on that night.
You're about to lose the greatest one.
Listen,
But-
I respect KDB.
Well,
I think KDB is zero skulls anyway.
Let's not do
Wait.
that debate. That we'll
Big
save
up
that.
KDB.
for another
Can
day.
I don't have
appease-
any hatred towards KDB. I
Can
think
I
he's a great
appease the
player.
Arsenal fans quickly as well? Because I'm saying if Arteta wins this Champions League, I'm going there personally to build them the statue. I'm going to build them the statue. Yeah, because
That'd be so boss if he
Roberto
actually.
Di Matteo won a Champions League. They're not building him a statue.
Exactly.
I don't
Tuchel won a
care.
Champions League.
I don't care. Right now, I need the Champions League because once Arsenal win the Champions League, what you think? Man City, you, Chelsea, you can chat to Arsenal
Yeah,
about
'cause
being
you won
a
a
bigger
treble.
Yes,
club.
but
You want
because
to
we
be
want
in
it
the
more than
same
you.
You won a
Conversation.
We've won it more than you,
I
man.
don't
You
care.
won. You
I
won no
don't
We've done it
care.
treble.
twice.
We've got 13 leagues. We've got more trophies than both of you. If we win the Champions League, that's all you've got above us. So
Hang on a
that
minute.
is
In
all
our
we need.
worst season, we can win an FA Cup.
When we win this Champions League.
When? Do you see what I mean? Do you know what makes me
In
laugh?
May.
You're
In
doing
May.
this
It's
hashtag be
coming.
humble, and you're showing you why they're not humble.
I
Be
can't wait.
humble. Be humble, Bray.
Scared
No,
of-
no, I'm with him. If we win the Champions League, I don't want to build a statue of Arteta. That's what I'm saying. Like, we've already got enough murals and all of that bullshit around Arsenal Stadium. Yeah, it's pathetic sometimes the way Arsenal fans are. Like,
Nicolas
that's really-
Jova.
He told Rice to do this, and he did it.
Yeah. I'll be like, thank you. Yeah. Now these arseholes can stop singing Champions of Europe. Oh, shut up, man. Like, this is what I'm saying. We'll be singing that to Tottenham. This is what I'm saying, yeah? So I'll be happy with that. But it's just one of those things where I just, like, going back to my earlier point, I just don't think Arteta will bring us in the direction that we needed. I don't think he could bring us any further than what he has, to be honest.
That's fair, man.
Did you just think we've won it 6 times as a Chelsea fan? We've won it 6 times,
They
mate.
win it 6 times.
You won it twice, bro.
Cup winners cup. Hang on, right? I'm chucking my cup winners cup in.
What?
Then.
You
Yeah.
Oh, really? I'm gonna
we
check
got
mine.
two.
Oh, you want to go
really?
chucking
Yeah, we got two. We got two.
Hey. I'm the only one who gets to double digits then, because I'm gonna chuck 3 UEFA Cups in there, 5 Super Cups in there. It's done for all of you. 14
You know,
times Champions League Europe.
Martin, these young fans don't know. If you won the Cup Winners' Cup, you played in the Super Cup, not the UEFA Cup. If you won the Cup Winners' Cup, you actually played it. That's how we beat
Hang on,
Madrid in
can I
98.
chuck in my Club World Cup and my?
Yes, you
Super
can.
Cup?
Yes, you can.
Yes.
We
I
won
do as well.
5.
Yes,
Never mind the treble. We
Yes.
won 5 in one
5.
season.
Say it. Say it.
This
Fair.
guy is counting
Fair.
the Conference League as a Champions League. Lewis, Drogba would be so ashamed of you if he read this comment right now.
Who are
He's
you
so
talking?
ashamed.
Look who you're talking to. You're talking to Lewis.
Yeah, he was like, I did not score that header away in Germany just so Carefree Lewis can call Legia Warsaw the Champions League 10 years later. You're so shameful, honestly. Imagine Didier was with us today. How embarrassed would you
I'm
be?
like,
Bro,
you know, when
Don't
West
know
Ham
me,
won,
Mikel,
won
be
that
good.
Conference League and we won the Champions League, I'm like, West Ham was singing Champions of Europe to us and we were looking at each other going,
oh yeah, we remember.
Are they
Yeah,
really doing this to
yeah.
us?
It's like
They
the
used to-
Spider-Man meme.
Like, come on.
Hey,
That's too funny.
I'll be honest with you. I think it's going to be an Arsenal Inter final. I just see it happening.
No,
I think
listen,
Inter
I think they
are
could.
going to beat Barca. Park the bus against attacking football. The equation is equationing. I'm going to go Inter, and I'm going to go Arsenal.
It's
I watched,
PSG for me. I think they can beat Barca or Inter. It's the PSG one because they're on form at the minute and they're playing something.
They
Oh,
are.
yeah.
Yeah, they are.
also I
before
watched
that,
Barca
Arsenal.
today. I watched Barca today. Defensive and
Shock you.
against
They've
Dortmund as
never
well.
beaten us as well, just like Real Madrid, PSG. But yeah.
Yeah, but I watched Barca the last 2 games and defensively,
He's not doing the humble
Defensively-
bit at all, is he?
Max is not doing nothing humble. He just said
Yeah.
when we win the Champions League.
He's
Because
fully accelerated on the floor.
if we don't win it, you're coming for me regardless. Because it's another season.
If you don't
fighting
win it,
is
no one will
trophy.
see you for 6 years. You'll go back into hiding.
Exactly.
I'll still be here crying.
also Barca defensively are shit. I saw them the last
Yeah, they
2
are.
games.
Yeah.
They were
They were
swept.
3-1
I'll tell you
down.
what, when Garassi scored his hat trick midweek, them Barca fans' faces were going nearly red as the ones on their shirts. But
Bro,
they were-
Barcelona
they
are
were-
not going to handle the Inter test with all due respect. Like, Inter
No.
are just going to slap Barca.
they're gonna-
I'm so
No,
like, Listen,
You know what's gonna be,
Lautaro
Sam?
Marquez
It's gonna be
Thuram against
it's
the
gonna be a
Barcelona
repeat.
defense. It's going to be on a
It's gonna be a
different
repeat of,
website than a football website. And on top of that as well, listen, Yamal is a fantastic footballer. So is Rafinha, almost very good.
Yes.
Lewandowski scores goals. We get it. Yes, like Inter will concede, but Inter are way too strong defensively to just
They
lose.
have the Italian
Yeah.
Everton with better players. I'm sorry,
I think
I
they're
know
gonna
more
do-
will kill me for that. They
I
have
think
the
they're going to do
Italian
exactly
Everton
what they did in
with better players.
2010. They're going to do Mourinho
No,
style.
I
of what
don't
they did
mean that in a
2010.
derogatory way of. They're that little team you just want to get rid of because you can't break them down.
Yeah.
They're like
That
Sam
is
and
what I'm
Allardyce.
scared of.
Inter to
I'm
beat
scared of
Inter
it.
Milan, and I know people will get triggered, but it's the truth. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say it. To beat Inter, you need a Liverpool or a City. You need difference makers on the forward line, like who can just score out of nowhere. That's what I think. But like, you know, Barca do have that. I just trust Inzaghi. I trust the Inter defense to get them through. I think Inter are gonna make it to the Champions League final. Now, if Arsenal play against Inter, that's a recipe for disaster, bro. I'll be honest with you.
I'm
Like,
scared, man.
that's a
I'm
recipe
scared.
for disaster. They've already
my
beaten you this
chest
season
wins,
anyway.
That's
My
regular
chest
code.
No, I totally
versus
agree.
dark
It's
code.
going to be stylistic wise. If we play Barcelona, we'll smash them. I swear today they conceded 3 goals,
Yeah,
well.
to Celta Vigo.
and they just about beat Celta Vigo 4-3 on what was it? A late penalty from
Yeah,
Rafinha.
straight. Yeah, they
Yeah.
got in the
And defensive, like we know how to defend. Even with Kiwior, we know how to defend. So style wise, I think that Barcelona, I think we'll beat them, but it's bad because I know we're getting Inter. That's what everything's pointing towards. It's crazy just because of the way, like all of you said, Inter they just play with 2 low blocks. To break them down, it's just going to be near enough impossible.
Yeah, you know,
It'll be very difficult. And then Barella will just find DiMarco
Yeah,
or
hang on,
whoever's
stop.
playing right wing back
Now we're
on the
talking
counter.
hypothetically. Hypothetically.
I'm not letting
Martin's
you
not
get away
having
with
it.
that. We're now at 2 now. One's winning it. One's already in the final. PSG are just like, nah, brush them off.
Martin, let them. Martin, let them.
What
let them,
is
Martin.
this?
Just let them. Let them, Martin. Just
PSG
let it grow.
PSG have a bigger
Martin.
chance of
Let it
beating
grow.
Inter Milan than Arsenal.
Yeah.
Bro, Champions League styles make fights. Like, what are we talking about here? PSG are a lot more because PSG can do a triangle with Desire Doué, Dembele, and Barcola. Who's the triangle Arsenal are doing? Martinelli, Trossard? Like, bro, what are we doing?
And I
Odegaard.
know they.
And then Odegaard overhits the pass. Fucking Acerbi clears it. Lautaro's on the counter attack. 1-0 Inter. Bro, it's just
You're
how it goes.
looking at it as PSG you played earlier on in the season. It's not the
And
same PSG.
also,
right
I'd
now.
say this: if
I'm
you,
looking at the Villa game.
yeah, but
straight
you're
past
forgetting the
Villa.
first. No, the first half they battered Villa. They battered Villa the first half of the second leg.
They did.
They battered them. You got to remember that as well. You got to
And
remember
we
that as
battered
well.
Madrid. We're the only team
Yeah.
to win both legs.
Madrid have
No
been
one
crap.
else
That's
done
why
it.
they're sacking the manager.
Huh?
They're sacking the manager
Yeah.
because they've been crap.
Yeah, do you know what? I have to agree with them because
We got
if you ever
we
spoke
got
to
their
He's
manager
coming
sacked.
back, go man.
no. You see, do you know what? Yeah, all Real Madrid fans this season have been saying how poor Real Madrid have been.
They
Yeah,
have been
how many
so
goals they've been leaking, how crap they've been. Like for us to beat them, the only reason why people didn't think we could beat them was because Real Madrid know how to turn it on in Europe. But
And Arsenal don't.
if you look at Real Madrid's last match against Atletico was the better team throughout both games. They just got lucky because my man done a double touch on the ball. That was literally.
I'm going to be honest. We should have beat him at the Etihad.
Yeah,
we were actually flying against him at the Etihad, and it was our own bozo moments that we've done all season that gave them the goals.
So how comes everyone else didn't beat Madrid? This is what I'm. So why did
No. For me, that's why I'm crediting Arsenal. I didn't say you're going to beat them.
And I've said you can win it. I'm not saying you can't, but you're looking at the mighty Real Madrid like the mighty Real Madrid of 5 years ago. It's not.
What?
That's all I'm saying.
Nobody else done it. This is my thing. We're the only ones that just we gave them that. You know what I'm trying to say? That, and it should have been 8. It should have been 8, 9. They're lucky. They're lucky that they went 8, 9. Yeah, I don't know anyway.
You're
Maybe
talking like
I'm
you're the only
getting
one
carried
who's done
away.
it.
Maybe I'm getting carried away. But let me.
You only slapped them up 5-4 and 5-1. We slapped them up 5-0 in 2009. Liverpool
Oh,
Football
look
Club.
at him! Look at him
Oh,
flexing.
look at that! Look at that! That's
Listen, when it
shameless.
comes to Champions League, none of you could talk to me. I got more Champions League than this whole
Here
panel
he
put
comes,
together.
leopard in the tree.
That's true.
He's still saying leopard in the tree, and they won the league.
Okay.
But if I
Leopard in the
count
tree.
with Andrew and Elijah both as 2 and 2, 2 plus 2 plus 1, 5. I've got 6 alone. So
Oh, Sam,
hold that.
Sam, keep it warm.
Shameless.
Oh shit! 'Cause we're coming
That is
back
true.
next year.
Martin, I don't give a fuck. Alex Ferguson for 30 years stopped me from winning the league. And now in 5 years I've undone everything he's done. It's 20-6 versus 20-3. No United fan can look me in the eye and say that they're a bigger club. What's your argument? Oh my God, Dunkin' Donuts gives us more money. I don't give a fuck about your revenue.
In 33 years. Well done.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. You've won. By the way, before the one that Aguero done,
I'm proper
you
trolling it
went
tonight.
52 years without a league title. So don't tell me about league titles, Martin.
No,
52
44
years.
years. 44. Come on, get it right.
No, you went 52 years. You can tell me
No,
about history.
44 because we counted it down on the screen at the Etihad.
Yeah. Wait, did the Man United have the banner as well? Didn't they have it?
We won it in 76, 76, 78. No, when was it? Sure, it was 44 years. Yeah, 'cause it was on the screen.
Bro, Manchester City went 44 years. This is true.
George,
44, sorry. Yeah, but 44 is 14 years
No,
more than 30 anyway.
78.
Saying, man.
78.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
more
yeah,
than
yeah.
14 years more than 30 anyway.
We're halfway there, man. It's not looking good.
just think I was 2 years away from watching us win a title.
Fair.
Damn.
Fair.
Oh, jeez. Oh,
What's the longest
Arteta,
Arsenal
please,
went?
man. Arteta, please.
Now must be up there, right? Now must be up there. As one of the longest droughts.
Oh, look at
League.
these frauds. They're not counting
21.
World War. Oh, actually, United went 41 years without a league title. Hold that, Man United.
Yeah, they went. Between
Yeah.
Busby and Ferguson, right?
Yeah, they
went.
hold that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They hold that Manchester United. Anyway, Martin thinks it's about Arsenal. It's not. It's for me. I'm looking at bigger things. I'm just looking at destroying Manchester United's life this summer, and we will do that, inshallah. So
But you don't even
Yeah,
need any
everyone-
help. They're doing that
everyone's
themselves.
destroying that,
They're doing that themselves. You know,
no, they are doing it to themselves. But all I'm gonna say is number 20, baby. It's
But they're
done
so
for you.
down-
Everyone on this
they're so-
panel to win the trophy
they're
just so
so
Man
down.
They're
United
gonna
can
have to
cry,
change-
man.
Yeah, they're gonna have to
That'll be-
change the songs they sing at Old Trafford. They're gonna have to go sing 13 times now.
Hang on,
Be
hang on.
shameless and shit.
No, Sam. Sam, you've won you're close to your 20th title. They're close to 20th place in the league. That's how bad they are. That's the you
Yeah.
can't take it. They're just well,
It says something when
They're
the
done.
Chelsea fans are taking the mickey out of you. No, that says a lot.
Hey. Hey,
Listen, Man United
what?
is something we can
I'm
all.
joking.
we
I'm
can-
no, you know what it, no, Mark, you know what it was when I was realistic about my club this season, but when I heard them not saying third, I heard some streamers say Man United third.
Yeah, listen, Man United
I
fans.
heard
are five
third.
bigger than
I had
us.
third. I had third, and I'll
No,
take full
I had
service.
him in the top
Hang
five.
on, mine.
Yeah,
I'll take
same.
full service. I had third, and Dunsey knows this. I had third, and then Arsenal fans on the same. Not Arsenal fans, Man United on the some Man United fans on the stream. 80 plus league goals. 80
80 plus goals.
league goals. I heard this.
Yeah.
80 plus league goals. You struggled with 50. You struggled with 50 before the last 2 seasons.
That's crazy when you
80.
employ Garnacho and Hoyland.
I
But
think
I
I
said-
had them
They were
8.
saying
Exactly.
80 plus. They said
That's
80
even
plus
a
league goals.
stinker.
Man United, Arsenal only just got about 90 like last season, and they finished second. This is what I don't get.
Second,
Third
yeah.
and 80 plus league goals.
Okay, let me listen. Let me just read these super chats before we wrap up the stream. Big up to everyone locked in, guys. Hit the like button on your way in. Subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. Big up to every single one of you guys. We are closing in, ladies and gentlemen, on 50,000 subscribers. Less than 100 away, so I appreciate you all. Like and subscribe. Big up to AMT who says, I saw Mo's show earlier. Ahmed, Man United fan, said, even if Man United and City were to go... Bro,
They can't
there is
help
no
themselves. Look,
chance any player on the planet right now is picking Manchester United over Manchester City. You want to know, honestly, truthfully, who I think 90% of footballers would choose over Manchester City or Liverpool, like, good chance? Real Madrid. That's it. Like, if someone choose... By the way, Jude done it to myself and Martin. Jude said, fuck off Man City, fuck off Liverpool, I'm going Madrid.
Yeah, and it looks like
Hmm.
Florian Wirtz is going to do the frigging same thing to us again this year now.
Yeah, no, but you know what it is, Martin. You understand it. But Wirtz is not going to say no to Man City to go to Man United. That's just not a thing.
No.
Yeah, everyone just put the fries in the bag on that conversation. Right?
It's not 1999. We're not
It
playing
is
that.
definitely not 1999. It's not even 2005 anymore. It's just a long time gone.
Mm.
Arsenal fans are saying that the performance against Madrid is the performance of any Premier League club. There are other defeats better than this Arsenal defeat, is what Juliana Esqueda is saying. Juliana, thank you for the super chat first and foremost. Second of all, I do agree because Liverpool slapped them up 4-0 at Anfield in 2009. That was the best ever performance against Real Madrid. And also, the last club to beat Real Madrid in a Champions League final was Liverpool Football Club in the 1980s. You get me? Big
We
up.
also slapped them up at the Etihad when we won our
You did? You
And
did?
we also,
but
and Chelsea beat them as well, and we won the Champions League. So yeah,
Congratulations.
Oh,
We
it's
beat
like
them 4-0.
everyone slaps Madrid.
We
up now
also
and
beat
again.
Galacticos R9 and that.
Then do you know what? Yeah,
You did,
all of
you did,
all of-
you did.
all of
And
you
guess
beat
what?
Madrid.
Barcelona are on the other side as well. So I hope this doesn't happen again.
Hey,
And then Saka goes to Barcelona 2 years after and wins
guys,
the
this-
Champions League over there.
Sam, Arsenal and Barcelona could face each other again, just like it
Yeah,
was
I
in
know.
2006.
Yeah, I know.
So
And then Bukayo Saka goes to Barcelona 2 years after and wins the Champions League over there.
Oh,
Men and
imagine.
women.
It's-
We could
it's
be
nice-
winning.
Why
it's
is
nice
my
they got
hand
enough
men
lagging
and
on the
women.
button? I'm trying to read the next super chat. It's not letting me. What's going on? What's
It's
going on
nice
with
that
StreamYard?
it's nice they got an Arsenal fan next to that trophy because that guy didn't play in the final. I don't remember that guy in the final.
What's going on? Anyway,
See, this is why I want Arsenal to win the Champions League, yeah. So no one can say nothing to us. I don't care if you have 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. Guess what? We've got our 1, and I'm happy with that.
R1
That's what I
will
want.
mean more,
Yeah?
just like Trent said.
Oh man,
Ah,
yeah,
shut
and,
up.
and he walked out. This means more until Madrid come knocking.
Yeah,
But we've been to more Champions League finals than you lot, so
We have
hold
that.
that.
Trent, you know this, so Sam. Trent coming to the Etihad. This means more. Yeah, 3 months later till you walk.
Oh.
Walking out the door.
I think Martin is lagging. Big up to AMT who says, what a waffler. The greatest manager in Wenger never won anything in Europe for 20 years. Arteta will win in 5, is what AMT is saying. I can't lie, don't see. I've heard many wild takes, but saying you want him gone after winning your first ever Champions League is insanity.
Do you know what it is, Hassan? Hassan, in isolation, that sounds
That's
crazy.
enough.
But if you look over what we've been through, or what I've been through supporting this club, yeah, go out on a high. Just go out
I
on a high.
hear it, but it's still mad. I'll be honest.
I know.
It's still mad.
I've been many a AA meeting after what Arteta's put me through in these title races, just bottling leagues. So I do hear it. It's not the wildest.
Yeah, now you're
Even
building
though I
a
don't agree.
statue.
Nothing. I don't agree.
If that's the case, why Man City only won once is what AMT is saying. Yeah, listen, there's plenty of examples to bring up. I think it's just my argument and his argument are both correct, but they're just different arguments. My argument is margin of error, which is a correct argument, and his argument is consistency. So
You know, it is Sam on that as well. Liverpool fans generally, and I don't mean specific ones, but generally, the UCL is a massive thing to Liverpool. So the league is there, but the European thing is a bigger thing. You go, I've been to Liverpool loads, and there's more thing about the European nights than there is about Premier.
Yeah.
The City, it's about the bread and butter. It's like what Bill Shankly used to say at Liverpool: bread and butter first. Bread and butter first.
no, you are correct. I'll
Change.
never deny that the league is the bread and butter. But if we just talk about more difficult, my argument is simply margin of error, and it's just the one mistake and you're out. Like that's the problem with the Champions League. You just said it yourself. You should have beaten Madrid if it wasn't for the Bozo moment. Like just an error here, an error there, and you're just knocked out immediately. Like that's kind of the issue with it. Prime example is the Liverpool PSG game. Like we were building momentum, cooking them, attack after attack. All of a sudden, one mistake, pow, we concede a goal. Like it's just that's the element that the Champions League brings. But I hear you. Now you offer
just we do that as well. We've just won 4 in a row. I know the great Man United didn't even win 4 in a row. So that is that. I think that's why I've got this affiliation more with the league.
Yeah, no,
Because I beat those red,
By the way, I was on a stream with Andrew earlier on this season on the football terrace, and Terry asked about winning the Champions League versus winning the Premier League. My answer was every club on the planet should say Champions League except Liverpool, because we just need to get number 20. I need to get 20, 21. After that, Champions League is much bigger, to be honest.
You're so greedy.
Yeah, it is greedy. When do you think like Bezos is greedy? Of course he is. That's why he's a billionaire. Greed is good sometimes.
Yeah, enjoy
Now
it.
you
You've
want
all
to
had a year
say,
off. You've all had your year off. Next year we're back.
yeah,
You've
that's
had your
fine.
year off.
See, Martin's being greedy. He won 6 and 7, and he's being greedy.
Yeah, now I want 7 and 9. Let's go.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah,
that's
no worries.
that's real greed. That ain't me. I'm just trying to
We
win
just want
21.
one.
He just after 2 and 32.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Don't
After
see how
Arteta wins the champs,
how
we'll win
how
the
long
Prem
ago
next
was
year,
what,
man.
did you watch your last Premier League trophy? I know
Well,
Max didn't.
Yeah.
Well, which one? The last Premier League
Of course
trophy.
I watched it.
Yes.
Yeah, I was there when we won it.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Let's just say I'm older. I'm over 35. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. So you were
I was
20 years
10.
old.
Yeah. I was 20 years, basically 20 years old when we won it, and it was a glorious feeling. When I say glorious, it was amazing. Yeah, and I still remember it like it was yesterday. Unfortunately, it wasn't, but I still remember it like it was yesterday. It was an amazing feeling. And did you know what? It's just for the city, because you know when you're from the city that you can actually win something, it kind of brings the community together. It's beautiful. It's like, okay, because do you know in Islington, where I live, there's a lot of different classes just on one road. Yeah. And in England, it's a lot of it. It's like you'll see a council estate on one side, and then you'll see prim and proper on the other side, looking at each other. But then, do you know when there's a parade, something meaningful like football or something like that? Yeah, it brings everyone together. It's like the most beautiful place. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I want the Champions League, to bring my town together, so you lot will stop singing your bullshit.
And then you
We
want the
can be
manager
happy.
out.
Yeah, and then manager get out, and then I'll be happy. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I got a lot of forfeits.
I
to
love
do
the fact
as
he
well,
says
you
all
know,
these
if we
beautiful
win the
things, and it's
trophy.
like, I get him out anyway. Fair is not too fair. Now you wafflers say Real Madrid was crap not before the games. I mean, I haven't changed my energy. I said 1% chance for Arsenal, and I apologize. And Arsenal humbled me. I'm gonna be honest about that. Big up to Enigma says, okay, now Madrid is crap. Last week they said 0 chance. You man chat bear rubbish. Hussam, you still in the mud, swampy. Arsenal too strong for PSG. I agree. I think Arsenal are gonna make it to the Champions League final. You wait and see until next Ahwa when I say it in my blue blazer. I want to see how upset you get. Enigma.
No.
So
Oh no.
oh, hell yeah.
No,
Hell yeah. Listen,
don't
I'm
want-
going to be a corrupt official. I even have the blue blazer next to me now. Like, I'm completely a corrupt official. This unlucky piece of garbage that I wear every time I say something and doesn't happen. I'm going to do it again. Run it back. Anyway, guys, listen, we're going to wrap it up here. Big up to you, Enigma. Thank you so much for the super chat. This stream is going to take you over to MHF where I'm headed. Wolfie is in the mud because he's shitting his pants right now.
Was Wolfie on it?
Yes.
Just give him a message from me. Just
What
tell him
message?
Morgan Gibbs White will look better in blue than he will red.
I'm literally gonna join the stream and say those 3 words exactly as soon as I walk in. Anyway, big up to you guys. Listen, Casual FC is in the description. Go give him a subscribe. Elijah Talks Football in the description. Give him a subscribe. Propaganda Machine in the description. Go give him a subscribe. Aman Kunyan Ways also in the description. Go give him a subscribe. Big up to every single one of you guys. Hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. I'm not doing any of the earlier on games because, if anything, I'm going to be supporting Arsenal against Ipswich because I'm not trying to win the league against Leicester. I want to win it on Spurs' head
WrestleMania.
top. So, yeah,
Come on, let's
I
do
wanna-
that, Hassan.
Yeah, I'm good luck to you tomorrow. I hope you beat Ipswich because I'm trying to win it on Ainge's head top. The cheek of him to tell me, oh, refereeing decisions. Shut your ass up. After the well done, lads, good process, you said the refereeing errors happen, mate. High line for life. Shut that up. Anyway, love you all. Like the video and subscribe, and I'll see you guys over on MHF. Peace out.
Yeah.